With you is Ryan. Rahim, however. Kind of people asking me, oh, is it Rahim or is it Raham? Is it Ram? Is it Rain? It is Ryan or Rahim. Look, whatever, if you're comfortable, whatever you're comfortable with, just go ahead and be good. Welcome on board. It's a lovely day, 2nd of October, new month of October. And I know that it's an awesome time for, time for reflections and, getting prepared for the, because we're already in the Ember month. So you're getting prepared for the end of the month parties and all the things that we do at the end of the month. End of the year, rather. Okay, so it's time for reflection. What have you done? What have you not been doing? What did you get right and what you've not been getting right? So you put things in order for yourself real quick and see if some things are working. All right, see where you can actually put the dots, loose ends, loopholes. You fix it. All right. Okay. This is another Wednesday. It's the real quick. It's interview time. It's another Wednesday, and the Women's Wednesday is dedicated to all the women. Yeah, and today we're going to be talking about the same thing that we talked about last week. Last week we had issues, we have glitches that happen, and some of you noticed it, but we've been able to get it through somehow. So this week, and so many of you actually did not understand or get along with the program last week, Wednesday. Some of you could not answer or ask questions because our doctor in the house, our guest couldn't really hear or was not even hearing anything. So the questions, I was the one translating it, and I was just summarizing it, which was not perfect. Yeah, all right. In the standard way of doing it, she's supposed to hear it, and she's supposed to be the one because she's the key figure of the show. So since it's like I apologize today, I will apologize that I will not be able to take calls today. And the questions, I will love you to be able to send your questions today. So that if you send questions on VN, voice notes on WhatsApp, you send questions to our WhatsApp number through VN and through messages. It will be better. Next week, she will answer the questions. And of course, what we'll do it in the way that she will get all the questions. And then so you can answer the questions next week when we come back again. But then this right here, we're also going to have her to give her details. So some of you can actually talk to her one-on-one if you want to get that through. I apologize again. I couldn't connect to those who wanted the numbers. I couldn't connect. I'm so sorry about that. Lack of certain things. I couldn't do that. I have too many things that didn't even have time for myself to even sleep well. So I could not do it. I couldn't. But I will. Today, the floor will be open. She's going to give. I'm talking about Sister Cornelia Udoka. She is our guest. And she doesn't want me to call her doctor, yeah? But she is. She's a medical practitioner when it comes to the Billings format, when it comes to pre-sex selection, which is what we're going to be talking about after I am done, and she's already on standby. Now, so once again, I will not be able to take your calls for questions, but if you send messages on the numbers and of voice notes, I will be able to forward it to her. And then if you also want to do one-on-one with her, I definitely will connect. The details will be given today. Because of certain reason, we will not be able to take calls or take questions except it is message or voice and it's something I can read out to her, no problem. But if not, you can talk to her one on one. Okay, so our guest for today is the same guest that we had last week. She is a professional, and there's been a whole lot of formats of how you can get your pre-selection, your pre-gender selection, pre-sex selection, or pre-gender selection, in a lot of formats. Some people are actually looking for a baby boy, some looking for a child they've not gotten any yet, because some knowledge they don't have, and some confused about different knowledge about this whole thing. But today, I would like to tell you beforehand, get a piece of paper, and today's really going to be like, kind of like, it will be like a practical kind of discussion. She's going to be the one to talk and just talk. Oh, okay. We're going to do it. Let's see if we're in conference, and then she will be the one talking, and you're going to get all that information. If you have your piece of paper, or you have your notebook, or you have anything, you can even, if you have a radio, you have whatever, record it and listen to it again, get the information, and of course later time you will be connected to her one-on-one, be able to ask her the question you want to ask her, because I want to do that because I love you guys. Situation with things are crazy, and it has really affected a lot of us, but we're still going to do it anyway. So get ready. Before I connect with her, I'd like to let you guys know that today is okay. So all right. Okay. So today happens to be the International Day of Nonviolence. We don't need no violence, okay? No vavaloons. Okay, I think I've connected with her. All right. So she's on with me, and she's gonna be on standby while I finish, and then I'm gonna get her. And I know that Sister Cornelia Uduka is on standby, and she's getting ready. So just so she know about that. Okay. Now, today happens to be the International Day of Nonviolence, as a matter of fact, and it's just a very simple thing to say no to violence, stay away from violence, because that can actually destroy the life of a human being. Violence is not good. You see what's going on in between the Israeli and Hamas and the Palestine and Russia, and all that war is about violence. The ARES 61271, according to what is on paper, of 15 June 2027, which was established with the commemoration of the International Day, is an occasion that disseminate the message of nonviolence, including through education and public awareness. Now, the resolution as actually reaffirms that the universal relevance of the principle of nonviolence and the desire to secure a culture of peace and tolerance and understanding, and of course nonviolence, and the introduction of this resolution in the General Assembly on behalf of the 140 co-sponsors, and talking about India's Minister of State for External Affairs, Mr. Anand Sharma. He said that the wide and the diverse sponsorship of the resolution was a reflection of the universal respect for Mahatma Gandhi. You know that? Go check it out. And of course, the enduring relevance of his philosophy, which was very key. Quoting the late leader's own words, he said, "Nonviolence is the greatest force at the disposal of mankind. It is mind here, that the mind here is weapon of the destruction devised by the ingenuity of men. So it's nonviolence. We're looking forward to that. And in case you don't know, I'm going to give you some of our Mahatma Gandhi quotes, which says, and make strong progress towards it. So today, So today, I'm asking you should believe and support and advocate for a non-violent, whatever, just whatever you call it, non-violence. Say no to violence. Say no to violence. Do not get into any problem. The seizing is very important because a lot of people find it very difficult to go to the hospital because of money. So you don't want to do it anyhow. Just keep your cool, keep your calm, stay away from troubles, and don't even, get into any place where there's always. If you know there are places in Lagos that when you walk pass through those areas, those are dangerous places. Don't pass, even if it's not dangerous places. Most time, police officers and personnel, they get information about things and about a particular community or access in around, whether in the island, whether in the mainland. And when they're trying to secure that area and they see you pass, you're gonna get arrested. This incident just happened recently in the Lagos Island, where a group of certain persons were passing, and they had a tip-off that situation was going on in that place. And when anybody who passed in the place where these people are actually taking charge of, talking about the police officers, personnel, and you're going to get arrested. I don't know if that's a bad law, but then of course, just to find out if you're part of those who are actually commuting, or bringing nuisance around that area, you're going to get arrested and put behind bars. Maybe in a secure place that is not as bad as, as on the cells. So, but if you know that the place is bad, any bad place, try and get information. That's why it's good for you to listen to radio, listen to some things, go and figure out, get some good information to know where to move, where to not move around in Lagos or in any city at all in Nigeria, because it's bad. Things are going crazy. And so you don't let the police get you because you're moving around the area that is not supposed to. So don't be wakaring about. Be sure of where you're passing, okay, or what place you're going to. Be sure. Don't get caught up because they might have a tip-off. The police might be there combing the place, doing some research, and then if you are one of those people sticking your head around the area, you might get arrested. So let me tell you, so you know, be careful. Okay. All right. Okay, so let's start the show proper, and don't want to waste no time. This is an interview. I'm going to be having an interview once again with our guests, and this is, as I said last week, we had a free sex selection talk. We've been doing this in a different way. You remember, last time was with Dr. Ekaite Eko, and she actually analyze this thing in different formats. Now, this is a different format, and this is the Billings format. And if you don't understand what that means, don't worry. Just keep your ears on the ground, and you will get all the information. First of all, I'd like to say that we have Sister Cornelia Udoka. She's a medical practitioner, and she belonged to the International Congregation of Women Religious, called the Women Medical Missionary of Mary. And she is a certified Billings method teacher. You're going to understand what that means soon enough, which is actually a natural family planning. And she's also a national coordinator of the Pro Family Life Association of Nigeria, PLAN, that's PLAN. And her main job is to accompany couples who wish to learn the Billings method, and also train teachers all over Nigeria, all over the world, as a matter of fact, on this method. So The main aim, her aim, is to foster love and unity, in families. She trained people on how to avoid and achieve pregnancy and how to pre-select the sex of a baby. She does that. She's good in that, and that's exactly what we're talking about today. And she's got this beautiful background as a management consultant, and of course, she specializes in the health management, and have served for so many years in the missionary in Malawi, so many other African countries like Tanzania, South Africa, and right now she is in charge, the head of office of the PLAN, the plan office, talking about the pro-life or the pro-family life association of Nigeria. She is the head office. She's the head, or shall I say, the management consultant. And this place is actually based in New York, Ibom State. So it's a great job that she's been doing. There's been a lot of testimony. She's waiting. I think it's time for us to get her in. So as I said before, we're going to repeat most of the things that we talked about last week so that this information will get to you. Some of you don't take this information serious. And some later on, you'll call me and say, Raheem, come on. Listen today and get your piece of paper, or you get your book, or you get your recorder. Record everything if you have a little radio or device, or you can actually revisit everything that we're going to talk about today on the show and how things are done. She will practically bring it down for you to understand. It will be difficult for you to make your calls today and ask questions, but you can ask questions by sending emails. Did I say emails? Okay, maybe. And also, you can do that by voice note. Okay. Do you want to talk? You want to talk something about that? You want to say something about the International Day of the Nonviolence?
I suppose, no, I'm not prepared on that, but I suppose what I want to say is that even the way couples relate to each other, what we are teaching in Billings method is encouraging couples to communicate to each other. Because even within the context of marriage, there can be violence.
Of course.
Especially when one person is demanding the right. In African culture, sometimes we feel, the man says, I have a right, I married you. I own you. And those kind of attitude can actually bring violence into the marriage. So, from that perspective, that's all I could say for that regarding non-violence in marriage life.
All right. Okay, so I understand that. People always say that the men, but it's not all men that used to say, I own you. I own you. You are my products. Not all men. Anyway, but it's all good. It's all good. I just wish that today people will be able to listen because of the issues we have, and let them. I've already told them to get their papers, to get their book, and whatever they can use to, jot down all this information that will be given out today from you. So, are we ready to go?
Yes, I am. I am ready.
Okay. Last week we talked about it. So many people still have confusion of, what to do, what not to do. And today we've agreed that you will practically, say it in the way they understand. I've been able to tell them to get their writing pad on. With them, so that you can down today. I might not even have too many questions, but it's like a conference now. You are in your conference. This is a hall, and the whole world is watching. So, what is, again, for those who are just tuning in for the first time, what is the pre-sex selection? And what is this thing about this method that you can use to get a child, a male child or a girl child?
Okay, I welcome back to all our viewers who listened last week and those who may be listening for the first time. You're all welcome. As Mr. Rahim have said, I hope you have your pens and paper so that you'll be able to jot down some of the important things that might be confusing to you so that
Oh,
you can go through it.
all right.
So sex preselection is actually the timing of sexual intercourse to a particular time, and that timing it to a particular time will make the baby to be a baby boy or a baby girl. But like I said last week, we are not going to go straight into that because that is within the context of observing the body sign. If we go straight into the sex preselection, people might not even know how do they observe the body signs and all that. Like the example I used was like if you want to build a story building, you first lay the foundation, then you have the downstairs before you go into the upper part of the building. So we are going to go through the foundation again with the hope that those who were a little bit confused last week will be able to understand it better. So we do that through the Billings ovulation method of the natural family planning. From some of the questions that were asked last week, I realized that people are mixing the Billings method with the calendar method. So I would like to start by clarifying the differences between the calendar method
Okay.
and the Billings method.
Okay. That will be awesome.
Yeah. So the calendar method, you literally look at the calendar. A woman looks at the calendar and says, okay, I'm having my menstruation is starting today, and in 14 days time I would be free to have sexual intercourse with my husband without getting pregnant. That is what the calendar method talks about, by counting the days from this point to this point. And the calendar method strongly believes that ovulation takes place about 2 weeks after menstruation. Whereas the Billings ovulation method is based on the observation of the body signs. There are certain types of body signs you have that is regarded as infertile signs. And there are certain body signs that you have that is regarded as fertile body sign. So those who are aiming to achieve pregnancy will then have sexual intercourse during that fertile phase, whereas couples who do not want to have children to avoid pregnancy will have sexual intercourse at the infertile time. Again, we link this to the nature. When do farmers plant? Farmers plant when the soil is wet and fertile. And when they do that, when seed is planting in a moist and fertile soil, then the seed germinates and grows. And if it is dry and the ground is not fertile during the heat, if it is anything is planted in the soil that time, it will not grow. So that's exactly what happens with the human body, that the married couples will time their sexual intercourse in the same way to avoid pregnancy, to have sexual intercourse at the infertile time, and those who want to achieve pregnancy, they have sexual intercourse at the fertile time.
Okay.
So as we are hearing, we are talking of the observation of the body sign, which is very, very important in the Billings method.
All right.
It might look like something very simple, but the accuracy of charting the body signs actually gives the success to what one is looking for. So, how do we observe the body sign? I take us back to when a woman thinks that the menses is coming. The first sign is that the woman will feel weight. Say, oh, my menses is coming. And then if she goes to look at it, observes herself, and she will now say, oh yes, I'm bleeding, my menses have come.
All right.
So that sensation of weightlessness that she feels is the first part of the way of observing. By the woman taps into her body, into her reproductive system, and pays attention to what she is feeling in her vagina, around her reproductive system. That's that sense of feeling weight. So there are two ways of observing the body sign, and one is by the feeling, or another word is the sensation. If you close your eyes and you don't know what somebody is dropping in your hand, if it is water, cold water,
You will feel
you
it.
feel cold.
Exactly.
So that is the feeling.
Okay.
Whereas when the woman maybe washes herself or goes to urinate and she uses tissue paper to wipe herself, if she was menstruating, the blood would stain the tissue. So that is the visual observation. So the observation of body signs are by two means. One, by the feeling. The second one is by what you see when you clean yourself.
All right.
And in the Billings method, the feeling is more important, because the woman may have some feeling, and then when she wipes herself, she may not see something. That's why the blind people can actually use this sign, because they can feel what is happening in their body. And when do you check yourself? Whenever a woman goes to urinate, that's when she's able to clean herself, or she can see the stain on the pants, or by using the tissue paper, she will be able to see whether there is nothing. If there is nothing seen, nothing felt, she will say, yes, I'm dry. But when she wipes herself, she sees something. She can see something whitish, she can see something slippery. Then she takes note of it. And when do you record? The woman records her body sign in the evening, because during the day, the woman might have different types of feeling. It might observe more than one sign. So that is why it's left in the evening when she has finished everything, the time she's going to bed. Now she can sit down with her husband and say, oh, what was the most fatal sign? What do you record? Actually, the most fatal sign. What was the most fatal sign that I observed today? And that is the time to record at the end of the day. And it is the work of the husband. If the wife is forgetting, the husband should be able to say, oh, what did you observe today? What did you feel today? And he can actually help the woman to chat. The chatting is between the two of them. Okay?
Ah.
Yes, it's between the two, not just some men think, oh, that is the work of the woman because the signs are coming from her body and she
Uh-huh.
should be the
It's
one.
from her
So,
body.
eh, eh?
Is the signs are coming from her own body.
Of course, the
Yeah, yeah,
signs
I
are
get you.
coming from her. Them are in it together.
Exactly.
Both of them jointly want to achieve pregnancy if that is what they want. And both of them equally want to avoid pregnancy if that is what they want. Both of them equally wants to pre-select the sex of the baby. It's not just the woman's work. Therefore, the two of them are in it together.
Yeah, so
Is that giving too much work to the men?
no, of course you're right. I'm just trying to speak like some men who definitely know that they just will say, "Oh, it's not my job, it's not my work." It should be, So it's a good thing that a man should be able to help their wife also to get this right. So I mean, it's not
Yeah, yeah,
it's not too much.
yeah. In all circumstances, because if you are talking of even using this method to avoid pregnancy, if he does not know the signs the woman is having at the time, he might go demanding for sexual intercourse at the wrong
Wrong
time.
time. Ah, that's it.
Yes. Wrong time in the sense
But
that
okay. I wanted,
okay, continue,
I
continue,
wanted, I
Mr.
wanted to,
Rahim.
I wanted to ask a question. Now,
Okay.
the thing is, how do I say this? Today is quite hard. I mean, I'm getting too many. I'm getting too many. What's it called? Brain freeze lately. I wanted to ask a question. A lot of men. I know that so many of them don't know how to plan. Because I learned something from a friend today that it's not that I don't know about it, but I know it's just that it's good to remind someone about certain things that you might have forgotten because of too many of things that being a busy person you might have forgotten, and somebody reminding you of something is good, is the best thing ever. So I mean, I noticed that some men, a lot of men don't know how to plan. Even their wives don't know how to plan this. They don't know how to even take the chat. They feel lazy to know exactly what is going on in their body. Some people just do not want to learn because it feels. That's why I get a lot of report the last time when people were complaining that they are confused of this method. Some would say, they are they're so confused. They heard something differently the other time. Now they're hearing something different. I think it's based on some women are lazy, that they really can't understand this. And after all the protocols, examples, and everything that has been given them, I mean, maybe somewhere else somebody might have even told them how it is done. Who knows? So, how is there any alternative? I keep saying this. There's any alternative for apart from you had to go through the chats, knowing your body, do what you do, because if you don't do it right, you will miss out. As you said, if the man actually have sex with a wife at the wrong time, definitely the baby or what they're looking for will not be there. Is there any alternative, or is there no alternative? Let them just go through this pattern and this method and get it. Or is there no alternative at all?
Alternative to achieving pregnancy or avoiding pregnancy.
Both, for those who are avoiding and those who want it.
Of course, in the wider world, there are methods to avoid pregnancy if that is the one, but in the context of those who want to use the natural method for maybe the purpose of their own belief, or
Okay.
for the purpose of avoiding complications, There are a lot of people. Some people make choices to go and use the artificial method um, to avoid pregnancy. But as I've mentioned, for the purpose of belief, those whose religion will say, look, that is not accepted, or for those who say, look, I don't want to have complications of artificial method. I want to keep to the natural method. But of course, for the sex pre-selection itself, there is no other way than to do it in the natural way.
Okay, so
Of course,
I hope the ones that are stressing me, I hope they are hearing this. Well, yeah. Okay, go ahead, Sister Cornelia. Go ahead.
um, of course, so this is what we are talking about. A lot. Some people make their choices. You can make your choice based on what you want,
Yeah.
So what we are talking about is purely in the context of those who want to use the natural method. I have no doubt that when one is beginning it for the first time, it may be confusing. That's why we guide the couples. Anything new is difficult. Anything new is challenging. But when you are used to tapping into your body, of course, every woman experiences the menstrual cycle. Every woman experiences that. So you cannot run away from it and to
Okay.
say, okay, this is difficult. So when you are used to tapping into your body, then it doesn't become difficult. It might be the first cycle. In a minute, we are going to talk about the cycle again. The first cycle, second cycle, third cycle, the person finds it difficult. But thereafter, you flow into the system. It becomes a second nature to you because
True.
you don't chat during the day. You chat at the end of the day before going to bed.
Okay.
But tapping into your body, one cannot say, I cannot remember when my menses is coming. If you're a woman, you've got to remember. And secondly, when you are going to have some of the fatal signs we will be describing, again, it comes, you cannot avoid knowing that it is there. Once you connect, it's like connecting. If you want to talk to somebody on the phone, you connect. You have to be on the same frequency. You connect to the person and you hear. So
Yeah.
once you as a woman, you are used to connecting to your body, it becomes a second nature. When you get used to it, it will no longer be difficult because we have many couples who have shared their testimony, who have said, yes, I will do this over and over again. So there is no other way but to tune into your body. If that is answering your question, you
Exactly.
get used to it. It's difficult at the beginning.
Okay.
Yeah?
You've answered.
Okay, so to continue on it, again, we want to look at some of the terminology because I'm more or less recapping what we did last week.
Exactly.
We look at the terms mucus. What is mucus? We can know the mucus from the mouth is the saliva. But now we are talking of the mucus coming from the vagina. The vagina has different types of discharges. During the time of menstruation, the woman discharges the flow of blood. And that comes, but that's not the only sign. There comes another time the woman experiences a bit of dryness. Comes another time a woman might have some discharges like looks a bit creamy, like looks like, to use familiar language, something like looks like pap. There comes another time a woman will experience slippery sensation, and this time the lubricating feeling. So those are the different types of mucus that the Billings method is talking about. Then we talk about ovulation. Ovulation is actually the release of the egg from the sac. A woman have two fallopian tubes, and from both sides of the fallopian tube, there is a sac at the end of the fallopian tube, and that is where the egg is released from at the appropriate time. So then we talk of menstrual cycle, not monthly period. As we say, we are not in Billings method. We don't use the word monthly period because depending on the cycle that the woman has, a woman can actually have menses up to 2 times in a month. So we use the word menstrual cycle, which is the first day of a woman's menses, first day of the woman's menses to the first day of the next menses. So from one menses to the next is a full cycle.
Okay.
And then we talk of the different types of cycle. You, as a woman, if you are listening to me, you need to know which category do I fall in. You have what is called the normal cycle. In that cycle, these are women who have their menstruation like every 25 days, every 20 or every 26 days, up to 35. The range of 25 to 35 days. These are the women who are in this category. We call it normal cycle or cycle of average length. Then you have another group of women who have very short cycle. And that means they will have their menstrual cycle, menstruation from 19 days, very short, or every 20 days, or every 21 days, or every 22 days, or every 23 days, or every 24 days. These women actually experience their ovulation almost within their menses. Almost. I'm hoping, if not this session, by the next session, we will actually demonstrate how the ovulation can actually occur within the menstruation itself, or almost at the end of the menstruation. And then you have the long cycle. These are women who have their menstruation every 35 days plus. It can be 35 days, it can be 60 days, it can be 90 days. These are women who, just a small group of women can have menstruation, but the greater number of women are women who experience long cycle, are women who are breastfeeding, or women in their premenopause, or women who have been on chemical contraceptives.
Wow.
And they have stopped. They may not at the beginning have regular menses. Sometimes women who have been under very great stress can also experience menses greater than 35 days. The example we illustrated last session was a woman who had a 27-day cycle. The first day of the menses day is 12th April, and then the next menses, 8th May. That means that woman's menstruation, she had dryness for 5 days, 16th to 20th. Then she had a whitish discharge 2 days, 21 to 22. Then she had 3 days of slipperiness from 23rd April to 25th. Then she had the whitish discharge 2 days, which is 26 to 27. Then she had dryness again 3 days, 28 to 30th. She had 1 day of whitish discharge, which was on the 1st of May. Then she had dryness for 6 days from the 2nd of May to the 7th of May. So, we looking at this woman body sign. If we want to look at her fatal days are from 21st April to 28th April. And the most fatal days for this woman will be that last day of sleepiness, which took place on the 25th of April.
Okay.
That last day of sleepiness in the Billings method is called peak.
Okay.
Because it's the peak of fertility for this woman.
Okay.
Then the first day after peak was on the 26th of April. And the second day after peak was on the 27th of April. So those 3 days are the most fatal days for this woman, with the full fatal phase starting 21st April to 28th April.
Okay.
From the 4th day after peak, which is 28th April to 7th May. Sorry, it's 29th April. Sorry, it's not 28th April. From 29th April to 7th May. I hope our viewers are writing down the dates.
All right.
That woman is completely infertile and cannot get pregnant.
Okay.
So I hope because if you are actually writing down the points I'm saying, it will not be confusing, because if we were in a classroom setting, we will be demonstrating what I'm saying with the charts on the board. I don't know whether you have any comments to make so far.
There is a comment that was made, sent to me by a woman. She says she's 40 years old. She's in her 40s. And she said that it's a good evening. I noticed that my circle is now between 23 days to 25 days. 23 days, 25 days. That she's noticing that her circle is now between those days. And she's asking the question, I hope nothing is wrong with me. My circle is 23 days, at times 24 days, or 25 days. Please, Madam, how do I know my ovulation period here?
Okay, so she has a range. So when I say that the woman, it can never be exactly the same every month. She is kind of within the short cycle.
Okay, she is in the short cycle.
And that means that she may be ovulating the time of the menses. Okay, if you take plain blood, it's not slippery. It's like water. So if the woman wipes herself, of course, the first or the second day of menstruation, she may experience slipperiness. That one is the slipperiness like the breaking of the egg. That is the beginning of the menstruation. But a woman, if she has maybe 5 days of menstruation, And then on the third or the fourth day, she is experiencing sleepiness when she wipes herself.
Okay.
That means that that woman may be ovulating within the menses, or maybe just on the last day of the menses, the egg might be coming out. She has no other way of knowing but to observe herself, whether she's feeling slippery when she wipes herself. Where they might be something like catarrh, like okra, like obono,
Mm-hmm.
coming with the blood.
Okay.
That is when she will know.
Okay.
I don't know whether what I know she may be listening to me.
She's
I
listening.
wouldn't know whether that will help her to understand her body a little bit
I
better.
believe. I believe so. I believe so.
Yeah. So when she wipes herself and she's not only noticing the blood, which should be the only sign to be noticed during menstruation, but that blood is now actually coming with slipperiness.
Okay.
So that means that, because when does ovulation occur? According to the Billings method, ovulation occurs on the last day of slipperiness or the first day after the end of the slipperiness or the second day after the end of the slipperiness.
All right.
So if she is experiencing the slipperiness during menses or at the tail end of the menses, then the last day of that slipperiness, or the first day after that, or the second day after that,
Okay.
that is when ovulation takes place.
All right.
Ovulation actually can take place after the slipperiness has occurred, because some women think, oh, once I start feeling the slipperiness, oh, I am having my ovulation. No, the slipperiness is actually in preparation for the release of the egg.
Okay.
Because according to the Billings method, it can occur on that last day of slipperiness, which the woman may know. The day they have the last day, they will not know till the following day in the evening when she's starting the body sign. It is in retrospect. She
Okay.
will not know that day, because all the cycles will not be the same. Maybe this month she may have just 3 days of sleepiness. The next month she may have 4 days of sleepiness.
Okay.
Everything in the Billings method is by observation.
All right. Okay. Sister Cornelia or Ducker, I'm gonna give the phone numbers right now for them to send messages, and of course, after we are done, you will give your details, and they will talk to you anytime you're free, one on one. That's a good thing we're gonna do today, because we're not gonna take calls. So, but the woman I'm talking about, she has, she said, "Okay, ma." She has responded. She said, "Yes, ma. I think I have observed it. You are really good with your lecture. This is exactly what I am experiencing." So now she's asking a question. She said, "Does this mean it means, or is it advised that I should make love while on period?"
Um, I am going to leave that solely for that couple, because this is one of the challenges we are facing in practice,
Okay.
is that somebody can come to you and say, oh, that is against my religion. We don't want to force anybody to go against their religion.
Understood.
We give them the guideline of when they are fatal, when it is fatal. Because like I said, once she's experiencing having the menstrual cycle of 23 to 25 days, that means that she is probably ovulating either within menses or a day after the end of the menses or two. So it is the only time she is fertile
Okay.
and can have a baby.
Okay.
Because many women in the short cycle have been labeled as being infertile when they are not, because they don't know that that they are ovulating either within the menses or at the end
Of the
of
menses.
the
You
menses.
see?
That is so. It's their choice to make a decision what to do.
Okay. All right. So just 1 minute. Let me give the number out again. This is interesting. 0700. Sorry. You're sending a message, not a call.
Hello?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Hello?
Can you hear me?
I lost you there for 1 minute. Yeah, I
Oh,
can hear you now.
all right. So I just let me give them the number so they can send their messages, because already I'm getting messages already. I know they're gonna talk to you one on one, but let me give them the number, and so they can send your voice notes or send your messages. That will be better. So you can send your messages, everyone, at 08171756338. 08171756338. I say it again. 08171756338. Nice. Okay. Back to you. I'm enjoying this. See, because a lot of people don't know this. That's why some people they say they shoot and miss. Why, when people say they shoot and miss, some other people will be thinking that maybe something is wrong with them. Maybe there's a spiritual problem. Maybe not knowing that they are missing out. They are missing out on the real deal. You see, this thing you just said now.
Yeah.
Because this lady that is asking you this question, if she should make love with her husband, because that is exactly what she's experiencing. The period comes with it, and comes with the circle. I mean, the period comes with the ovulation time, and all at the right time that she was supposed to have sex with her husband. And if she does not discuss it with the husband, if the husband is that kind of person who doesn't believe that I will have to make love with you, my wife, when you're having, if there's no proper discussion, it might not even work. So she will need to discuss it with the husband, that this is exactly what's going on.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if she's 40 already,
She's 40.
a time is not on. Maybe she has been, I don't know for how many years they have been married, and they're trying to have a child. And that's the only time they can have a baby.
All right.
I hope she's not the only one listening to this. I hope the husband is also listening to this.
She will indicate if the husband is listening. I don't know. Men, they only listen to politics. Men don't listen to this kind of stuff like that, except some men. So men love to listen to something else, mostly something that had to do with
Football match.
football, politics.
Yeah.
So she will have to discuss it with
Okay.
the husband, and she's listening, and I think I'm seeing her typing. Okay, for those of you who want to ask question, please, you can also send your message or messages or VN, that's voice notes, to 08171756338. 08171756338. And then today, Sister Cornelia Odoka will give her contact so that all of you can connect, and I want to see all of you having a smile. And for those who are asking me to connect with her, so sorry I couldn't do it over the weekend. There were too many things, or even the week I had too many things I was doing. I didn't remember. So today, please, if you're listening, our number will be on. You would like to connect with her through emails or through any other socials, of course, with our number. Today, I'm giving you all that for free. Okay? So, anything else, Sister Cornelia?
I just want to add another sign, 3 criteria for ovulation according to the Billings. The first one we have already been discussing, and that is to get ovulation, you must First of all, experience peak. Experiencing peak, just to recap it again, peak is the last day of the slippery sensation. That slipperiness a woman is feeling, that lubricating feeling as she walks about, or when she wipes herself, she feel this slipperiness that is almost coming with the tissue paper.
Okay.
You cannot miss it. You cannot miss it. And even if you are walking around, you're feeling that sort of wetness almost as if menses is beginning again. When you wipe yourself, you go, and when you are taking your shower or when you are wiping yourself, you cannot help but notice it. It will be there.
Mm-hmm.
So that is the last day. So peak must occur before ovulation. Another sign is the tenderness of the vulva, especially for women who have been told, oh, maybe one tube is damaged. What they need to look out for is the lips of the vagina called vulva. You know, we have the lips of our mouth covering our own mouth inside.
Okay,
The vagina has the same.
So the vulva is different from the clitoris.
A vulva is different from clitoris.
Okay.
That is the skin that closes the vagina. That is the vulva.
The vulva.
That is the vulva.
All right.
Whichever side the woman is ovulating from, we have the two fallopian tubes. Whichever side the egg is coming from, that side will be a little bit tender when the woman is wiping herself. A little bit swollen, a little bit tender on that side. So people who have problem with one tube, they should watch out when the side of the tube that is good is a bit tender and swelling. That means the egg release is from that side of the fallopian tube.
Okay.
And the third one, which occurs only in 75% of the women, according to research, is that at the part of the body called groin, which is still in the reproductive area side, there will be a little bit of swelling, like beans, just one bean. That groin will swell a bit. These are the signs and symptoms of ovulation. Of course, some women experience cramps or pain around the time of ovulation, and they may think that they are actually experiencing ovulation. No, according to Billings research, that does not confirm ovulation. It may be that the egg is beginning the journey to move. The best sign of observing ovulation at the beginning is actually the peak. The last day of the slippery sensation. And that's when ovulation can take place, or the first day after that, or the second day after that. The third day, why is added as part of the fetal phase, is that the channels are still open from the uterus into the fallopian tube. Because the channels are still open, it is marked as being fertile. But research has shown that egg may not be released on those days. It is either on peak day, first day after peak, or second day after peak. So that's the concrete signs of ovulation for those who want to take it further when they're asked. It's not by counting days, but watching out for those signs will help a woman to confirm her ovulation.
Okay. All right. I don't know. Let me see if there's a message. Let me. Some people are asking for your details, which we're going to give them your details. That will be after we are done. So you guys wait for Sister Cornelia Udoka to give you guys her details. That will be after we are done. But Let me see if there's any. I'm waiting. Okay. All right. Okay. Let me be getting some messages while you keep talking. So, other, which is the next now? We've gone past the. Are we still in the circle?
Okay. So we wanted to, for the normal cycle for achieving pregnancy. I think I've already highlighted that.
Okay.
For avoiding pregnancy, from the fourth day after that sleepiness is actually the infertile phase. From that fourth day to the next menses, the woman is completely infertile. If they want to make love every day without fear of getting pregnant, from that fourth day to the next menses, the woman is completely infertile because the egg can only be released once every cycle, not two,
Once in every
once in
cycle.
every cycle.
Okay.
So from fourth day after peak to the next menses, the woman is completely infertile.
Okay.
If you don't have a question, I would just like
Okay.
to
Someone said.
maybe we leave that for next week
Okay.
to talk of the guidelines for avoiding pregnancy. But maybe you can leave that so that people can digest what
This
we
one
have
first.
talked about in the normal cycle.
Okay, but somebody sent a message. I can't find the person's name, but the person says, "Please, please, can you repeat the process from the 5 days dryness? I mean, sorry, the 5 days. Is it circle dryness? Yeah.
Okay,
So the
using
peak.
the normal cycle. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, I want to recap that again. This person whose menses started on the 12th of April had 4 days menses, meaning from the 12th, 13, 14, 15 of April. Then dryness for 5 days, that is 16th to 20th April. Then she had a whitish discharge for 2 days. That whitish discharge after that dryness is actually the beginning of the fetal phase. For 2 days, she had that whitish discharge, which is from 21st to 22nd, 2 days. Then she had sleepiness for 3 days following the whitish discharge, which was from 23rd to 25th April. So the last day of the sleepiness is on that 25th. But she may not know, she will not know that that will be the last day till on the 26th, when she is starting a body sign. Then she will go back and say, okay, that was my last day. You can never, it's like the end of the rainy season. You can never say, now it's raining today is the end of the raining season. It's when it doesn't rain for about a week after that, you say, oh, last week, the rain stopped last week. So it's the same thing. So the last day of that sleepiness is 25th April. On that 25th April, that is the peak. On the 26th and 27th, she had 2 days of whitish discharge.
Okay.
Then on 28th to 30th, she had another dryness. And on the 1st of May, another whitish discharge. And from 22nd May to 7th May, dryness. So before the menses started again on the 8th. So I hope the person has captured what we're talking about. That fetal phase is 21st, beginning immediately the whitish discharge starts. That is the beginning till the peak, or till the 3rd day after peak is the fetal phase, 21st to 28th. The peak occurs on the 25th. She adds another 3 days to be sure that the egg that is released has died. If they are avoiding pregnancy, if they are not, if they want to achieve pregnancy, that 25th to 27th is the most fertile days that the couples can make use of to achieve pregnancy.
All right. Okay, Sister Doka, thank you so very much, and
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you go. But before I let you go, there's a question, a very funny question I wanted to ask, but I will not ask that question. Let's leave it for next time. Okay. So
Is it a long question?
no, it's not. It's not a long question. Somebody. I have very funny people around me, and someone is asking that he wants to know if a woman is actually ovulating, can she use the sign to know the sign of urge of having sex, a very deep urge of having sex? Does it get along with ovulation? That's the question he's asking. Can somebody?
Yes, she is right. During that fertile phase and ovulation, yes, the woman experiences sexual urge.
Okay.
Yes, she's right. Yes, Billings have proved that.
Okay.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Someone also asked that what do you say about her period? Or, well, in the Billings method, we don't call it period, we call it menstrual cycle. So please correct yourself. All those women that are still using all this olden days listing format. Listen.
They are learning. It's okay. They are learning.
So please, it's not called period. Stop calling it period and call it menstrual circle. You understand that? Okay, so someone is asking, somebody's asking that is it normal for somebody to have, for her to have her menstrual cycle for twice in a month?
Yes, with the demonstration, even for the 25 days or 27th day. So, like this woman that is having 27-day cycle, supposing she had her menses started on the 1st of it, to see a consultant. But that is also common with the premenopause. Women in their premenopause, if she is bleeding earlier than 19 days, they will need to see a consultant to find out what the problem is.
All right. Okay, one more. I have a voice note that was sent to me. I want to play it. Let me see what is inside so I can let you know, if in case you cannot hear it. I'll let you know exactly what the man is saying before we end the show. So just 1 minute. Let's see what he's saying here.
Hello, sir. My name is Bethel, so I'm calling from Surrey. I had a program on radio about a woman that is guiding couples on when to conceive and when not to conceive.
Hello?
My question is this.
Yeah. I'll get back to you. Just hold on.
When exactly, because I do hear that there are times when it comes to menstrual and ovulation. I heard that there are times that you can track, if you want to have a male child, there are times you can track it through ovulation. So when exactly can a man meet with the wife that they can conceive male child? So that is my question. Thank you.
Okay. Sister Cornelia, are you there?
I like when you smile. That means the question might be funny or something.
No, not really. It's a question that you already know. I mean, he's asking, he wants to know because he was listening, so he had to send a voice note to ask the question if he's only just wants to know when he's going to have when is he going to do the thing with his wife so that his wife can conceive a male child. So
Okay.
uh-huh.
Okay, we are okay.
That one we'll talk about it.
Can we take that later? Let people get used to this.
Yes.
Hopefully from next.
Go ahead, because he's listening to you right
Hopefully from next class now, next session,
Okay.
we will use this same. Please keep your notes. We will use this same woman that is whose menstrual cycle ranges from 12th April to 8th May. We are going to use that for case study to demonstrate the sex pre-selection. If we had started it earlier, they wouldn't even know which body sign to chart to be able to make a baby boy.
Exactly.
Or a baby girl. Yeah.
All right. Okay. So I want to thank you. Thank you. I know people are now coming out now to send messages. Oh, Jehovah. No. Okay. So they're going to talk to you one-on-one because I will not be able to do this. Let's just end it there so I can leave you to go and rest for the next episode. All right. So, guys, I want to thank you for you guys listening. You've heard everything that Sister Cornelia Odarker said. She is really good in this. I can assure you, if you follow, the instructions, you will get everything you need. You can get the guy, you get the male child, and and of course the female child. You can, even if you don't want to, there are a lot of ways, the natural ways, and we've started talking about all of this. So what will be is that I'm going to tell her to give her details how you can reach her. So that will be a glorious thing. So you can call or get to her social or however, meet with her, and so she can be the one to talk to you one-on-one. So Sister Cornelia Odoka, please let me have your
I hope today's session now people understood it better than last week.
I believe so. And so if they want to talk to you to understand more one-on-one, maybe you can relate with them, and then so we can get prepared for the next one next week. So please go ahead and give your details. I mean, not your bank account, I mean your your details. I mean your details, your contacts.
All right. Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
Sorry, what did you say?
Your details. Pro Family Life Association
of Nigeria.
Okay.
Yeah.
And underscore, is there underscore there?
Yeah,
or hyphen
plan. Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
hyphen plan. So if you want to reach, this is an email, or is a site?
No, that's a Facebook.
Oh, this is Facebook.
I can. Yeah.
Facebook. Okay. So let me call it.
I think they can use the Facebook instead of I can give plan email as well, but I think the Facebook.
Okay, fine. Okay. So let me give this one, and then the second one will be your number that they can reach out to you.
The same number. Yeah, you can use the same number. My own personal number. It's all right.
Okay, so first of all, guys, if you want to get to her, you can get to type Pro Family Life Association of Nigeria hyphen plan, as in PLAN, on Facebook. Reach out to her, and then the number. Let me see if I can call the number out. Can I call the number out? I can't because I'm talking to you right now.
Yeah, do you want me to help you?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Number? Go ahead, please.
Okay, 090 plus 234 090 69 64 1358.
Please do it again slowly so they can have it.
Plus 234 090 69 64 1358.
One more time for the last time, please.
Plus 234 090 69 64 1358.
All right. So that's it. So thank you so
I'm
much.
already getting a call.
Yeah, okay, so fine. So I'm gonna let you go now so you can do your thing and God bless you for the next one when we get prepared for it. Thank you so much,
All right.
Sister Cornelia.
Okay.
God bless
Thank you,
you.
Mr. Rahim.
All right.
Nice talking to you.
Yeah, me too.
Okay.
All
Bye
right.
now. Bye.
Okay. So I mean we just had a great time with Sister Cornelia Udoka. And as I said before, she belonged to the International Congregation of Women Religious that is called the Medical Missionary of Mary, and she's a certified Billings mentor teacher, which is kind of like a natural family, not kind of like it is a natural family planning. And then of course she's the national coordinator of Pro Family Life Association of Nigeria plan, and that is PLAN. And the main work there is to accompany and help couples who wish to learn the Billings method way, and also to train teachers all over the world in Nigeria. Also, this particular method that can make you have, make your selection, a pre-sex selection. And then the main aim is to also foster love and unity. This is exactly another level of help for the women and couples, most especially, and families. So she trained a lot of people on how to avoid and achieve pregnancy and how to pre-select the sex of a baby if you want a girl or want a boy. So, and she's previously the management consultant who actually specialized in health management. And she's presently serving at the, what's it called? The Missionary of Mary, the Medical Missionary of Mary. That's the triple M. She's been to a lot of places all over the world. She's been trying. There's a lot of happy when it comes to baby. And in Africa, this counts a lot. And so if you want to be part of those who will be happy and not to be missing out, some information is actually quite absurd. But I mean, I believe that those other absurd method are not working. There's definitely going to be able to empower women information with different things to empower you in different ways. And that is my heart of doing my philanthropical kind of move. It's not about giving money though. That is going to come very soon. But this knowledge is big and is huge, and it's good for you to be part of it. So I want to thank you for listening. And for those of you that are taking notes, next Wednesday, we're going to do the same. So call anybody you know, or if you want to get to see what we've talked about, you want to listen to it again and again and again and get all the information, all you need to do is just to go to our YouTube page, of the People 90.3 FM, and then you're going to see all of that. You check for my picture where I'm putting on just check for the face of the video. You see I'm putting on white. I don't know why TJ had to do that, but I'm putting on white, black eyeglass. I think just check. You're definitely going to find it. You'll find it there. So I appreciate the fact that you listen, and I'm very happy that you've gotten a lot of information today. We're going to keep doing this until our society becomes better and we have all the knowledge that we need to have to be able to make a better couple. Thank you so much, guys. I'll see you on the next one. Tomorrow will be the Trending Thursday. I am still your person, Rahim Oriam, and I'm very humble to be here to do this job for you for free. So, I mean, time check is 3 minutes gone past the hour of 11 o'clock at the top of the hour, and I think it's time for me to go. And remember, I did talk about the non-violent stuff. Today happens to be the international. Look, listen, it's not that we don't have violence. We ourselves are violent people. You know that. But you know that you have to calculate and choose your fight well. Don't go and do anyhow in the place where you're going to have problem. Use wisdom. And of course, the International Day of Nonviolence that happens every October 2nd in the world is a beautiful thing. And in case you don't know, I believe, and so many other strong people in the world believe, that nonviolence was the greatest force available in humanity before we even start talking about using force and other kind of violence, non-violence is just is deep, okay, and it makes the community, makes the people more powerful than any kind of weapon. Believe me. So together, if we understand that, no matter what the situation in the country, you can still stay strong and develop. Do this what I call self thoughts, and self development. Develop yourself, develop your heart. It's not about talking about every time what is going on in the country and we're having high blood pressure and we're thinking about how to jackma. We're thinking, including me too, I'm having the same thing. But believe me, I like to be in the forefront, of being in the grassroots. I'm an activist too. I'm fighting for you. There are too many things you don't even know about me. Now, I will not disclose that. So, but one of the things that you would know is that I'm a violent person, but I'm very quiet. But why wouldn't I be violent? It's because violent is not good. Or shall I say, violence is never the option. You can't use violence as a solution, except it has to be predicted in a way that violence could be the only way, to get it done. But it's not really violent. That definitely using violence as a solution. Is it violent? No, it's deeper, and I don't want to talk about it. Maybe some other time. But listen, just stay away from problems and don't use violence to solve problems. Or as most of the time, for example, I had somebody who is a friend to my cousin in the United States, in Texas, had to do one thing. Somebody attacked them, and he's with my cousins or my cousin's friend. And somebody who attacked them is now the person who fell victim. Somebody attacked them with a gun. For example, with a Glock. That's a gun, an assault rifle. And somehow, because the young man is very young, 18 to be 19 plus, and maybe the thing got stuck. Sometimes some rifles can get stuck. Gun violence in America is crazy. And then when he got him, when my cousin's friend got him and, take over him, I wanted to use a particular word they use in combat sports, but, grasped him, he grappled him with the gun, his neck with the gun because it's on his chest. And somehow, as he dragged the assault rifle out of him, the thing, one or two bullets came out, and he pierced him. And then when he pierced him, he went down. Now, the person who actually kept the fight, who came to actually kill somebody because of stupid things that's going on in the school these days, I don't know, now turned to be the person who is now the victim. What I mean is, my little cousin's friend who actually was attacked was now the one that was jailed. Of course, with parole for 6 months. So he was behind bars for 6 months. Of course, I don't think it was up to 6 months, but with paroles and these other things, because they had to inject the self-defense and all of that stuff. So we should be careful. Sometimes you use your head, you use your mind, and please stay alive. And for those of you who are going through things, please, may God help you. And may God help us too, so we can also help you. Thank you so much, guys. I'll see you guys on the next one. Tomorrow, 9:30, possibly 10 o'clock. I'll be doing the Trending Thursday. You have a wonderful sleep.
24/7 around the world, non-stop. This is Voice of the People, 90.3 FM.
Saba! Delta State, Nigeria comes alive as the city will host the best of African artists at the International Choral and Traditional Music Fiesta under the leadership of the festival's spiritual father and chief host, Archbishop Dr. Daniel Oko, General Superintendent of Christ Holy Church International and President of Christian Association of Nigeria. Asaba hosts the 8th edition of the Africa Sings Festival, an international choral and traditional music festival with great excitement and time of praise. Special guest of honor, His Excellency Right Honorable Elder Sheriff Oborewari, Governor Delta State. Come and celebrate Africa through workshops, seminars, concerts, and competition. Scheduled to hold from 8th through 13th October 2024. For more information, WhatsApp 0705 340 7629.
Are you aware that Iruka Online Limited installed and designed a 100,000 capacity church building? Oh yeah, we are the sole distributors of global leading brands all over the world, such as Wafday Line Array, speakers and digital amplifiers, Preseno's digital mixers and studio equipment, Coswell workstations and keyboards, Fender guitars, Mapex drums, Ashdown bass combos, just to mention but a few. We offer flexible payment plan handled by our financial department with 24/7 customer care support system. You can visit our website on www.iruka.com to avoid buying fake products. You can also visit our showroom at number 36 Lagos International Airport Road beside Golden Tulip Hotel. Iruka, never settle for less.
Is still bringing it to you live. Don't miss a second. Don't miss a second of the action as we broadcast live from the biggest news stories, hot talk shows, depth analysis from the best in the world. Stay informed and up to date with the best radio programming all day, every day. On your number one People's Radio, Voice of the People, 90.3 FM. You are live on the Nighttime Show with Ryan. Let's have a conversation to promote healthy relationships and social issues all in one. The Nighttime Show is going to be fun, having segments like Dear Ryan, Confessions, Love Talks, Open Mic, and more will put you on the edge of a beautiful night. The Nighttime Show. It doesn't matter what ships you are on, just tune in every Tuesdays to Fridays on your number one People's Radio, Voice of the People, 90.3 FM. Nighttime Show with Ryan. Let's have a conversation to promote healthy relationships and social issues all in one. That Nighttime Show is going to be fun, having segments like Dear Ryan, Confessions, Love Talks, Open Mic, and more will put you on the edge of a beautiful night. That Nighttime Show. It doesn't matter what ships you are on, just tune in every Tuesdays to Fridays on your number one People's Radio, Voice of the People, 90.3 FM.
There comes a time in the affairs of man when the voice of the people stands unique, constantly challenging society's status quo. 90.3 It is a great place of fun and insight. It is a great place of learning. It could be your school on radio. It could be your life on radio. We are VOP, Voice of the People. VOP 90.3. satisfaction guaranteed. VO